Welcome to another set musings. So, we are up to Double Masters 2022. Wow. My plan is next week to move on to the Modern Horizons sets and have a look at those. So work through those. I think there's 3 now, somewhere around there. So my question to my friends of the channel is, what other, I don't even know what you want to call these now, sort of aggregate compilation sets, the things I've been covering now in the set musings are basically sets that aren't part of the usual expansions. And in the past I've dealt purely with regular Magic expansions, so I missed out things like the Portal stuff, I missed out things like a lot of the Master stuff, which we've now done. So Portal and Masters we've now done. And so I'm looking for other suggestions of things you'd like me to cover. Do you want me to cover some of the Commander sets, like Commander Masters? Would you like me to do a set musings on some of the multiplayer stuff, like Conspiracy, or I'm trying to think of the two-headed giant one now, his name escapes me, those sort of things. So just in the comments section, suggest any sets that I haven't already covered. So if you haven't watched the whole series, which I don't expect you to have done that, it's basically I've covered everything from around the time of, it would be Tempest. So I don't think I did Mirage, so that's a possibility. And maybe sets before that. Although I was trying to pick stuff that was, had initially had some basis in designed blocks. I think that was the idea. That's why I started with Tempest. And then, so I've done everything up to date. I'm going to carry on doing new sets as they come online in terms of the regular, like I say, the regular sort of expansions and any core sets, whatever that might be going forward, if at all. Portal and the Masters and Double Masters I've all done. So anything outside of that I haven't covered yet, put a suggestion in the comments as to what you would like me to do, and I'll take a look at it, and I'll do an episode. But like I said, I am going to do the Modern Horizon stuff because I haven't covered that at all, and that's an interesting set of sets to do because I've not really looked at those that much. So back to the set in hand. So Double Masters, usual form here. We're going to go through. I'm going to scroll down as I'm just chatting generally about the makeup of this set and what it was and how it was sort of positioned, and then we'll get on to slicing and dicing by colour and rarity, and then they're ordered in ascending converted mana cost, but also we've got some cycles in here as well that I look at, and a few other things that I like to look at when I'm doing these compilation sets. So it's all reprinted, I think, with one exception, designed to be drafted. Okay, so same idea as the original Double Masters. So there was one prior to this which we looked at in a previous episode. This is the 2020 version. So each draft booster features 2 rare and or mythic cards plus 2 foil cards. Many of the reprints feature new artwork. 332 cards in the set, 91 commons, 80 uncommons, 120 rares, 50 mythic rares, and a special. There's randomly inserted premium versions of all but one card. There's one new card with a land rarity which shows up in every booster, which is Cryptic Spires. Never appears in foil though. The borderless cards are numbers 333 to 412. Every rare and mythic rare in the set has a full etched version, 413 to 572. And selected cards have a textured full treatment, which can be found in the collector's boosters, so 573 to 577. There's also 2 release cards, which are numbered 578 and 579. I'm sure we saw those when we get to the bottom. It's actually sold in 17 card 17 card draft boosters, one card being a marketing card. So that means there's 16 cards playables in that. And that's because if you remember when you drafted this, the first pick you picked 2 cards out of there, not just 1 but 2. There were also in addition to something called, was it draft packs? I think, wasn't that those sort of 3-pack things they did? There were collector boosters. Each draft booster contains a combination of 2 to 4 cards of rarity rare or higher, 3 to 5 uncommon, 8 to 10 common, and a cryptic spires. 2 cards of any rarity or traditional foil. Each collector booster contains 15 cards and 1 traditional foil. Double-sided token with a combination of 4 cards of rarity rare or higher, 2 to 6 uncommon, 5 to 9 common cards. Every pack contains 10 to 11 traditional foil cards with 1 rare or mythic foil edge card. Also is released on Magic Online apparently. Loads of tokens. The archetypes, which I'm sure we'll get to, I believe are 3 colour. Multicoloured. So Cryptic Spires was the first new to Magic card to appear in a master set, and it was designed to help out, smooth out the mana curve in draft formats. So each Double Masters 2020 draft booster contains exactly 1 Cryptic Spires. Legal in any commander deck. And with it, as you'll see, as you create your deck, you circle 2 of the manual symbols depicted on the bottom of the card. And that card can tap for 1 mana of either of the 2 circled colours. In Limited, your deck can have more than 4 copies of Cryptic Spires, assuming you drafted them. So this is drafting them in Limited. In Constructed, you are limited to the cap of the format. So whatever that might be. And there's only, talking about cycles, there's actually only 3 cycles in here. One of which is the tri-coloured signpost, and I'm sure we're starting to see some of those now. So we're already into the multicoloured cards, and you can see we're only about halfway down. So let's see what we have. So we've got some artefacts. No surprise there. There's our Cryptic Spires. You can see quite different. As you create your deck, circle 2 of the colours below. Cryptic Spires enter the battlefield tapped. Tap, add 1 mana of either of the circled colours. Couple of borderless Planeswalker cards, and then we've got 78 alternate art borderless cards. So it's interesting, and we were starting to see over the course of quite a number of sets this sort of increase in these sort of alternate art borderless cards slowly cranking up to what we get nowadays. And as I mentioned when I went through, there's obviously changes in the type of cards you're going to receive in regular draft versus collectors boosters. And then we've got these etched foil only cards, which look a little bit weird here, but more of 160 of those. And of course, when we're going and slicing and dicing this, we're mainly going to look, or we will be looking at the regular cards just for convenience. But you'll probably see at least 1 card, which is the non-basic land we just saw earlier, crop up and stick out quite clearly. And textures for cards as well. And then a couple of promos. Okay, so let's dive in. Right, So 22 cards here in white, or that have white in the casting cost and are at common. You can see I've got them in casting cost order. So we'll see what we can come up. Remember the archetypes are 3 coloured here, so I'll have to decide at what point. I think I'll probably talk about them at the end, because it could get quite confusing with 3 colours. So we'll talk a little bit about them at the end as we go through. So I've got a few soldiers here in white. Already we've got multicolour at common. So 2 colour here. White, black, red, white. And Kazali Pride Mage is in here. Again, like I said, bar 1 card, all reprints. More 2 colour stuff. Yeah, looks like we've got the full complement here, and multiple copies as well. Is that in all the colours or just some? So 2 white black cards, 2 red white, 2 green white. Did I say there was a white blue in here as well? There's one, which is that. Don't see a second one though. Interesting. So yeah, we've got some soldier and knight stuff. Allies. There's support here. Am I seeing any heroic or anything like that? I think so. Some counter stuff. And some +1/+1. We've got prowess. Well, oh, I suppose there's the white blue one, isn't it? Didn't spot that. Well, tokens. Yeah, so because we got 3 coloured, it's probably going to be quite difficult to see quickly what the different mechanics are. So I suppose we can just revel in the inclusion of certain cards. Okay. Law counters, Path to Exile. We're in uncommon now. More 2 coloured stuff. Okay. So we've got 3 colours coming in at uncommon. We've got some hybrid mana. There's some outlaws, soldiers here, white. Yeah, so look at the amount of 3 colour stuff that's coming through at uncommon. So yeah. More soldiers. Haunt. Yeah, because we're pulling down from all over Magic here, so we're seeing a lot of stuff. Wow, 52 rares. Or mythics, should I say, and of course that was a thing in here, wasn't it? Because we had doubled up everything. So a bit of everything. Monocolour, multicolour, 3 colour. And we've got Doran in here. More 3 colour stuff, wow. Yeah, it's the lieges. Look at that. My detector cycle. Yeah, because they were hybrid mana, weren't they? I love these cards. So we must have all the full 10. Because we've got allied and enemy. Oh look, 10 obs in here. Wow, yeah. Lots of 3 colour, 2 colour legendary creatures as well. That's going to be interesting when we slice through that. Okay, alternative win condition. My Kiss is in here, figure of destiny. So once again, interested if anybody drafted this. I certainly didn't. Yeah, so let me know in the comments if you did, what the experience was like. Spell Pierce, Thought Scour, yeah. So definitely seen 2 colour stuff at common, but so far, and I don't think there is actually. So far, no 3 colour stuff. So how many of each? So is it 2 again? With also the one that's... Oh, we wouldn't... Would we see that? No, we wouldn't see that, would we? Because it was... These are by casting cost. But there was a... Oh, there's a blue-black one there. But there was another blue, if you remember, there was a blue-white one, wasn't there? What is going on in blue? Well, Mill, Agony Warp, Coining Oracle, Umbra, Mill, Prowess. So I'm seeing a bit, I'm seeing a bit of Prowess here. We've seen it in white, haven't we? We've seen it in blue-red. So some graveyard stuff, maybe, in blue. I suppose I could just look at the some of the 3 colour stuff. It's going to tell me, isn't it, really? Okay. Yeah, we're seeing these multicoloured things. Oh, yeah. We have some charms. So, yeah. A lot of 3 colour stuff at uncommon. Body doubles in here. We've got Mole Drifter. And more 2 colour stuff. Extract from Darkness. I wonder if there's any of the blue-black combination, 3 colour combinations with blue and black actually have a mill. I mean, I suppose if you're playing graveyard stuff, then being able to mill yourself is pretty useful. I don't think we have a Cycler Guild Mages. Okay, Rare and Mythic. Mana Drains in here, Pull from Tomorrow. And again, a lot of 3 colour stuff. And again, it's a bit deceiving because, of course, because I'm slicing through individual colours, we're going to see the same things crop up where they share a colour, unfortunately. So, but it does sometimes give us a bit of a better clue as to what might be going on. The archetype-wise, theme-wise, when you've got stuff grouped together. You remember I mentioned about Lieges. Master Biomancer's in here. Rafik, Mochasa, CDC. Oh, Child of Alara. Must have missed that first time round. The Mimeoplasm. I'm seeing quite a few things in here that originally cropped up in Commander decks, actually. Nickel Bolus. See Unearth there. Some life total stuff going on here. Okay, we're black now. Disfigure. Shadow Porn and Bossel. There's a Shadow Porn and Bossel deck here, if you feel so inclined. Assuming there's a... Oh, there must be some demons in here, mustn't there? Orgaspree. Wow. Connoisseur, Drake Mangler with Scavenge. So yeah, we're going to have some black-green graveyard here. Oh, Highlight Sendings in here as well. Cool. And uncommons. Inquisition of Kozilek. Go for the Throw Blood Artist. Terminate Lilith Troll. Wow. Charms. Yep. Sprouting Thrynax. Jund. And we've got both, shards and wedges in here, so interesting what they've got in terms of the Jund strategy. Apart from just Jund it out. Rare or Mythic, Gravecrawler, Imperial Seals in here, wow. Surgical Extraction, Assassin's Trophy, Bitter Blossom, and we've got a number of classics. Skullbriar, wow, Tauren, Lava Launch. Oh, Damnation was in here, I forgot about that. And quite a lot of these legends we've already seen already because they share a colour with colours we've already looked at. We've got Hellkite Overlord in here. Right, moving on to red. Burning Tree Emissary. Ground Assault, Is It Charm? We've already seen Martial Glory, Legionnaire as well. So of course more and more stuff here we're going to have already seen. But again, we're at common and we're seeing multicolour already, 2-colour. Uncommon, Lightning Bolt was in the set, Young Pyromancer, Stagger Shock. It's interesting, isn't it? I think out of all the master sets I've seen so far, I would say there's the most amount of cards I recognise in here, and part of that might just be because I keep seeing all the legendaries which have been reprinted, and a lot of those have been associated with Commander and Commander decks, so that's probably why. Bloodbrave Elf here with different artwork from previously, because we would have seen Bloodbraid Elf pretty recently, wouldn't we? Because that was from around about the time of Shards. So. These were interesting modal spells, these commands. Yep, Animal, which we saw. Also interesting like this here with red, white, black commander, because the rest of the identities in the activation costs here. Black red's looking pretty aggressive. Shotgun Brothers. I'm trying to remember if that was an alternate commander in one of the commander products. I think it was. Some aura stuff. There's Mindwreck Liege. Norvex in here. Time spiral. I always unfortunately think that's a lot older than it is for some reason. Yeah, we definitely know some prowess here, aren't we, in Unearth? And it looks like, I suspect a lot of the 3-colour stuff featuring black or green may well have graveyard stuff going on. But it's quite spread out, isn't it? We do have Evolve. So +1/+1 counters in green. Look at this. Oh, we have a Spits on Death, as I learnt in this week's deck musings. That tag. Deadly Recluse is in here. Calling Oracle. Ramping green, blue. Grapple with the past, rampant growth is here. Dread Mangler. Windcottle. Pride and Rage. Yep. Rancor. Cool. Olive Troll. We've seen these charms. Yep, so everything in here that's either 2 or 3 colour we would have seen already. Oh, so yeah, there must be a Spider Spawning deck then. Okay. And rares and mythics. It's got a lone Zenith here. Let's see the full cycle. Command, which we've already seen. Ren and 6. It's interesting, I'm seeing quite a few, I mean I recognise this, but there's quite a few green cards here that I don't necessarily recognise, like mono green. I do have Convoke, but I don't know, maybe that's just part of another strategy. I haven't really spotted much of that. And again, I don't know how much of this high rarities, how much these place particularly to a particular draft or not. We'll see. For the 3 colour stuff, this is. But certainly, assuming white, black, green may be counters. Okay, well, what have we got in terms of the 0 colours in the casting cost stuff? So we have at common just a Traveller's Amulet. That's it. Okay, 5 uncommons. Civic Sabre, Cold Steel Heart, Live Wire Lash, Fine Mind Vessel, Dragon Arch. 17 rares or mythics. Ether Vial, Bloodforged, Parallax, Man of Vault, Pithing Needles in here. Oh, Divining Top, Forest Found in Death Metal, Crucible of Worlds, wow, Dark Steel Plate, Phyrexian Altar, look at them all. Videlcan Orrery, Thrumming Stone, Planar Ridge, and, oh, Eldrazi Pals, Kozilek, Alamog and Emrakul. Wow. This was what originally from, was it Cold Snap, I think? Like Ripple 4. Wow. Okay. Here we go. Cycles. So yes, we actually do have all 10 bounce lands. So yeah, and they're uncommon. Originally from the Ravnica block, but of course there they were spread out. We also have the Lieges, as you probably gathered. And you can see, yeah, they're pretty similar in that they all do this +1/+1 thing on the various colours. And then they have some sort of additional ability on them as well. That relates, well, I suppose it's a bit in misses, isn't it? I was going to say relates to the colour combination, but not necessarily, I suppose. Yeah, this one's got flash on it. This one has flying. This has some sort of conditional life loss, trample, protection against discard. Whenever you cast a black spell, you may destroy target creature. Okay, so this looks a bit stronger. So yeah, some of these have triggers on them when you do certain things in that colour. But is it the case that's mainly... Yeah, that looks like that. Is that more likely to be for the enemy coloured stuff, maybe? Yeah, it does, doesn't it? So we've got allied first, then enemy. Okay, here we go. See if we can work through this. So, yeah, these are the tricolour signposts, and they're at rare for the draft archetype. But as we've seen, there are other 3-colour cards in the set. I might loop back if I haven't done a thing for it. I might loop back and we'll revisit the 3-colour stuff because it's pretty important in this set. So let me see if I can do this, because it's a little bit weird as well how they do this, because in one combination, which is green, blue, red, I think they only have in it the Dreamer. That's the only combination. All the others have 2. I think, is that right? Yeah. In that colour. We'll see how we do. Right, white, blue, black. Flicker value, it says here. Okay. Share library. I don't really see that. Okay. Graveyard mid-range. Okay, so clearly, yeah, we got some stuff going on here. Graveyard and sacking. Classic Jund, which is black, red, green. Heroic aggro. Green, white, blue. Big ramp. Right. Oh, that was another, yeah, actually, sorry, that was another one where there was just a single one in the three colours. Got exalted. Red, white, black. Yeah, there's a sacrifice there. Mid-range ramp. It's the green, blue, red one. During the Siege Tower and Teneb Harvester. +1/+1 counters. Supposed to be, but I don't see that in the mythic. We're definitely going to have to look at the uncommons, I reckon. Oh, prowess. And that's actually 5 colour as well. Well, sorry, not right, am I there? That's 3 colour in the casting cost, but it says you may pay white, blue, black, red, green rather than pay the mana cost for spells you cast, which is slightly different, thinking about it. But still, that does mention it in the text there, so that would make it a Wooburg colour identity, wouldn't it? Sidisi Brood Tyrant and the Mimeoplasm, more graveyard stuff. Yeah, definitely you can see it in that one. So before we move on, let's try and see what's going on here. So let's start off, I'm just going to look and see whether we have any 3 colours. So we do have 3 colour mythics. So we don't have them in all of the 3 colours. Okay, so what about uncommon then? Oh, that's right, yeah, all of those, I forgot to mention actually, all of those were legendaries. So the tricolour signpost legendaries. So let us just take that out. Let's go back through that again. Okay, so then we've got the tricolour non-legendaries, of which there are 20. It looks a little bit lumpy in terms of how many there are in each, doesn't it? There's some clearly more than others. Some of these are the legendaries as well. I should screen that. Hang on, this is getting let's do this properly. It's alright. There's just I'm trying to do like multi-dimensional thinking here, and it's not working very well. Let me let's try and get this back on track. So I don't want to look at the legend. Okay, that's better. Right. So those aren't the legendaries we're looking for. Right. So the creatures. Hang on. Let's try that. That's, yeah, okay. Now I'm starting to see this. So we got 10 of these. But again, yeah, all over the map. I don't know how easy it would be to unpick the archetypes here actually. And then we got 10 uncommon. I mean, there weren't any. If I do that, yeah, there weren't any legends uncommon anyway. So, okay. White, blue, black, blue, black, red, green, green, white. Is this a better indicator? Not really. There's some charms in here. Yeah, it's a bit messed up, isn't it, really? I mean, if you go back through, what was that? Flicker? I know. Oh dear. Classic Jund, I suppose. Graveyard, yeah. And again, I'm going off of the notes in MGG Wiki. I'm assuming it's accurate, but oh, got a companion. Moving on, I think. So yeah, these are the rest of the non-basic alliances, our cryptic spires. So apart from that, what else have we got? Well, these are all high rarity stuff. So we've got Cavern of Souls, City of Brass, Forbidden Orchard, Pillar of Purun. So this is uncommon, and there was one in every pack, and also the lower rarity ones. So there's uncommon. So we have as well. So yeah. Legendary is a lot in here, 58. 2 in white, 2 in blue. And I'm counting both creatures and planeswalkers. 3 legends in black, one of which is a planeswalker. 1 in red, 1 in green, and then we've got various colour combinations of which we've seen already, because there was that whole lot that were supposedly archetype indicators. But yeah, a lot of legendary things, including these Eldrazi. Okay, the mythics, 40 mythics because it's double masters. So 3 in white, 3 in blue, 3 in black, 3 in red, 3 in green, and then some combinations. So blue, black, black, red, red, green, green, white, white, black, blue, red, black, green, red, white, green, blue, and then some 3 colour stuff. White, blue, black, red, blue, black, red again, black, red, green, white, red, white, black, green, blue, red, white, black, green, white, black, green, black, green, blue, Crucible World, Emrakul, Kozilek, Manavort, Ulamog, Cavern of Souls. Phew. Okay, Imperial Seal was in the set, banned in Legacy, restricted in Vintage. So, yeah, there's this one, so you can see here, we got the various ones. Interestingly enough, this version is more expensive than this version. Dockside Extortionist. There's Manavort. I imagine some very expensive cards in here. There's a alternate Cavern of Souls again, cheaper than the regular one. Mana Drain, although not by much. Banned in Legacy and Historic. Force of Negation. Ulamog. Wow. Phyrexian Altar. His Protection. Again, the regular one's slightly more expensive. Consecrated Sphinx. Divining Top. Renin 6. Wow. Smothering Ties. We're still well above $20 here. It's probably going to be several pages, I suspect, before we get down to 10. just a combination of things here going on. The cards, probably, you know, some of the special stuff in terms of the printings. City of Brass is in here. Bloom Tender, Bitter Blossom, wow. Oh, we're getting there slowly. Oh, here we go. Calia 1014. Oh, there we go. Green Sun Zenith, clocking at $9. So many of these are banned. Looking through, they seem to be. Right. Okay. EDH Rec ranking. Top of the list. This is all the cards in the set across the decks, regardless of where they appear in the deck, in the commander decks on EDH Rec ranking. Path to Exile, Rampant Growth, Chaos Warp. I think you know what's going to happen. Smothering Tithe, Eternal Witness, Tarifi's Protection, City of Brass, Dockside Extortionate. It'll be interesting to see at what point the bounce lands kick in, if they were indeed. Was it? No, what am I saying? Sorry. What are the dual lands? Were they bounce lands? Okay, see, I can't even remember now. Let me go back up my notes. Yeah, they were the bounce lands. Yep. So, see at what point they kick in. Blood Artist, Divining Top. Oh, Anguish Unmaking was in here. Okay. Bolt, Terminate, Damnation, Force Negation, and there we go. So there's our first bounce land, Dimir Aqueduct. And then just legendary creatures, which, you know, there's 52 of them in here. So these could be in, you know, any deck, not just the commander, but any EDH Rec deck on EDH Rec. Yeah, so no surprise to see things like Talaran, because that crops up in quite a few decks where it's not the commander. Rishkar, you know, because you got cards that are real useful utility. There's Kozilek. Aurelia, Yinii, Lamog, Campbell, Elendar, Makius, Fencer, Mordox, okay, and several of these that have been in decks before, and looks like they've had a new spatter of artwork. Isn't Sir the Enchanter from... Is that originally from... yeah, Cold Snap? So that's another one, isn't it, we've seen from Cold Snap, maybe. Because, yeah, was it Throwing Stone was in here, in the set? I think. I'm going to have a look at that. Curious. Karvek turns up in Arch Enemy. Judith. Oh, Solungar. Teneb, of course, was in the 2011 Commander deck way back. So it was Garve as well. And the Mimeoplasm. And in it, did they have a lot of these did come from that 2011 deck then? Or 2011 decks? Interesting. That light bulb hadn't gone on in my head. Oh look. Yeah, shards. Rafik. Shout the hate seed. That rings a bell. Yeah, I think that was in some, not this time round, but I think that was in some, what do you call it? Dollarama boosters that I opened. Door in the Siege Tower, Fire Song, Rune, Saxamunda, Real Shattergang Runners, Cool. Yeah, wow. There's lots of stuff. 2013 that was from. Right. You know, I wanted to check this. So, yeah, not all of them. Okay, so it looks like they pulled them from, you know, because you remember there were like three choices of Commander was the main one and the alt ones. So yeah, you could, so they've been sort of picking different ones from different eras of Commander product. Wow, that was actually quite confusing to do this episode. Yeah, I probably should have checked a bit more before I started it. That 3-colour limited archetypes where supposedly the cycles were in the rare slot and they were tricolour legendary creatures. And I don't know, it didn't look like it was that clear for some of them. And the fact that there were a couple in each of the 2 colours, so I'm not sure on that one. How easy that was at the time to really leverage that. It looks like you just go for the good stuff and see what you end up with. But yeah, like I said, let me know if you drafted this at the time, what your experience was. I'm just looking down here, you know, like Cryptic Spires is the only new card. There was a whole load of cards with new art, ton of them. There's quite a number of cards that were their first time reprinted. And yeah, looking down the list, it looks like there was quite a few in there from Commander products, actually. Almost as supposed to try and get them. I don't know what the plan was there. First time in a modern border. Okay. And I'm not sure how much rarity change went on. Yeah, so there were rare to mythic, rare, mythic rare to rare, rare to uncommon, rare to common, uncommon to common. And again with uncommon to common, all of the cards apparently that were shifted to common were new to pauper as well. So that had an impact on the format. It says, Monastery Swift Spear downshift into pauper was undone later by being banned in December 2023. So there we have it. I'll include links to MTG Wiki article, anything else I find interesting. I don't think I have trouble remembering with these special sets whether I indeed actually ended up opening any boosters, and if I did it would only be like 1 to 3 probably because of the price. But if I do find anything on the channel where I cracked open some of these, then I'll include a link in the description. Thanks once again for watching. Bye for now, and I will catch you in a future episode.